Okay, so let's take a look at all the parts of the awesome ramrod from the river. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video, because at the end of the video I'm going to play through the whole song alongside a homemade backing track, and you'll be able to see tab appear across the screen. Okay, so this song's in the key of F sharp major. I've seen a few live versions for this, which seem to be in F major, so a semitone lower. So that intro riff, for example, would actually be live. I think he does it like this. So everything's a semitone lower if you wanted to kind of play it along with the live versions. Okay, cool. So it's an F sharp major. Tempo's quite a fast one, about 136 BPM. Okay, and let's take a look at the chords first. So a very bluesy type progression in here, so quite simple. If you're just starting out on power chords, this will be a great one. So what we've got here, F sharp 5 power chord. So that's 2, 4, 4 in terms of frets. First finger, second fret, low E, third finger, 4th fret, A, pinky, 4th fret, D. Cross over to the next set of strings. B5, again you want to block that low E string, so first finger, second fret, A, third finger, 4th fret, D, little finger, 4th fret, G. Move that up 2 frets, you've got a C sharp 5 power chord. So 3 power chords. Again, with a power chord, if you're new to power chords, just make sure you're only ringing. So I'm kind of curving my finger there to block out that high E, using my little finger to block out the G. So a lot of it with power chords is about, you kind of want to strum the whole lot, but use your left hand or whatever sort of fretting hand you're using to block out the unwanted strings. And then I think in the chorus, again, you can use a B5 and C sharp 5 in the chorus, but I think it sounds a bit more like he's doing the full major chord. So B major, so bar the whole second fret from the A string, and you use your third finger to bar the D, G and the B strings. And then move that up 2 frets and you've got C sharp major. So yeah, it's really simple chords. And you've got some cool little riffs in the outro, which we'll go through, that you can definitely hear on the record, and then that awesome kind of classic intro riff. So it comes in on the and of 4 here. Okay, before we do that, I'm going to put the song structure up on the screen, so that'll help you break everything down. So there's lots of repeating sections here. Any song structures will be in the description of all YouTube videos, so you can drop down that menu, copy and paste into Word file, and help you break down everything. Okay, cool. So you got that awesome intro on the and of 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So start barring this is a very pentatonic bass riff, kind of bluesy. Grab the first fret with your index finger on the first fret, then move it up, slide it. Okay, very bluesy sounding there onto the second fret. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and then and 2, and 3, and 4. And then at the end, I use my third and my little fingers to just do hit those two there on the 4th fret of the B and the E. And then a kind of a bluesy type bend. You can either do it a quarter tone or a half a tone. And then you're bending that into the next bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. And then you pick it, release it, then play 2, 2. And then 4, 4, 2, 2, and then last bit, bend a release. Okay, so I'm going to play it nice and slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Obviously, it sounds a bit weird unless it's played at speed. So. That's what it sounds like at full speed. Of course, that's that awesome riff. And then what you've got is this kind of very sort of downstroke based rhythm, it sounds like. It's quite low down in the mixer guitars as well. I have tabbed out 2 guitars, because it sounds like there's a bit more volume, so like a higher pitch. So again, if you get the tabs, you'll get both, you'll get all the parts that I'm going through. So, so we're just going to go through guitar 1. If you want the tab for guitar 2, you can get that PDF Guitar Pro format from the store as usual. Okay, so this is what I think's happening, and it sounds cool. You can just do downstrokes if you want. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I think it sounds better with accents. So I'm seeing this as a 2-bar riff. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so what I'm doing there is I'm doing an accent on the first bar on the 1 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then I'm doing the accents on the 1 and the and of 2. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm doing it all downstrokes, same with that intro. I'm emphasising the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's a similar rhythms to what the other band members are doing. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the second bar 1 and 2 and 3 and in between I'm palm muting, so dampening it down. If you're not used to palm muting it, just maybe play it softer to start with. And it just sounds really nice. So again, you don't have to do that. You can just do downstrokes. It sounds a little bit better in my opinion. So, okay, cool. And they do play it different live. He's playing it in F and there's a bit more picking and it's slightly different, I think, to the record, okay? So you finish off with that 2-bar riff twice in the intro. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and you do that twice. Again, you can see the song structure. I've got 2 F-sharp 5s there, side by side, and then times 2. So you're doing those 2-bar phrase twice. Cool, okay, so let's go through, now we're going to go through the first verse, which is the same as the second verse, and also the sax solo. So basically you do that F-sharp 5, 2-bar riff 4 times. Once you've done that 4 times, you cross over to the B5 and do the same rhythm, the 2-bar phrase twice. So it's 4 bars in total. It's a very bluesy riff. And then the F-sharp 5 riff twice. Okay, and then you're going to go to C-sharp 5 and do the same thing. And then F-sharp 5 riff twice again. I think it helps to, it flows a little bit more. And again, in the other guitar part, I've just done higher up the neck. It just adds a little bit of depth to it. Cool, so that's the first verse, second verse, and sax solo, okay? So let's take the chorus. The chorus, I think, sounds a bit more major. Again, you can carry on do the power chords if you want. So here, I've just got the accent on the 1, so, and kind of no palm muting. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all downstrokes. So come on, come on, come on. And then C-sharp 5. And you do those 2 bars 4 times. Number 3. Cool, and then we're going to go for the break. So the break is just 2 rounds of the F-sharp 5 riff. Cool, so the third verse is very similar to the first verse, second verse, and that sax solo. So if you look at the song structure, the first 20 bars, which is 2 lines of those sections, are the same. So the F-sharp 5 riff times 4, B5 riff times 2, F-sharp 5 riff times 2, C-sharp 5 riff times 2, and you got this extra bar of extra bar of B5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and C-sharp 5, one more, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So they've got those extra 2 bars there, and then you finish off as normal. So it's basically the same as the other sections, but with an extra B5 and C-sharp 5. So yeah, so that's just worth looking out for that. Cool, now we'll go for the outro, which has got some cool little riffs in. So basically, you've pretty much got the same kind of thing going on. So you start off 2 rounds of the 2-bar riff. Cool, and the next 2 riffs, you're going to do this, or at the end, okay, on the and of 3, okay? So I'll show you what I mean. So going 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So bend release 4 and 4 on the 4th fret G, and then 2nd fret you can play that or pull off to it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and you do that twice. Then the next kind of 2 rounds where you've got slightly different, you're going to do this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, and then go right up. So we're now on the first shape of the F sharp minor pentatonic, but an octave higher. So 14th fret high, and you got this. Bend release 16 G, and then 14, like that. 40 yander, that's the timing there. So can you still doing the riff on the and 3? 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 40 yander, like that. And then, okay, then on the next riff. And then that's just an octave higher than that riff, plus 12 frets, yeah? 16, then release, pull off 14 to G. Okay, now the next riff. Okay, so we're coming around to the kind of the last round of the riffs now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, and then the one you had before right at the start. And then the next bar you do the same thing, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you finish off with this, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and the whole band is on the end of 2. So the final riff. Cool, it's a nice simple solo. Again, it's just supposed to be kind of a blues, classic rock, real high energy, and yeah, nice and simple, which is good. So hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications if you haven't already. Any comments or suggestions, let me know in the chat below. Any questions about getting any of the tabs? So don't forget you can get the 2 parts I've transcribed for this in one file, either in PDF format, Guitar Pro format, and obviously the backing track that I've made, either using codes via Subscribestar, a bit more bang for your buck, or just go directly to jsmusicstore.co.uk, go in the shop, you get instant downloads to your computer. Thanks everyone, as always, for supporting the channel, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye. If you'd like to get guitar profiles, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribe Star page or my website, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much, see you on the next one.